Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Sunday. It's cold and damp here, about 40 degrees. Looks like it's gonna rain, but we had a couple of nice days last week anyway, and I'm grateful for it. I want to talk about like fear and heart failure. It seems to me like when you go to the doctors, and I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for people I know that come at me with these things, and they tell them, I know one person, she was told she had a calcium deposit up in the aorta and that she needed to do certain tests to rectify the problem, see how bad it was. And for some strange reason, she had this great fear and it would not go. You know, they said to do a stress test. She came up with a reason not to do that. They said, okay, do this type of stress test. She came up with a reason not to do that. Sometimes I wonder if people even want to know. You know, I have another friend that he went on hospice, and he's not even that bad off. He's at 20%. He's got a defibrillator. And I'm not going to mention his name out of privacy, but you know, then people ask me, "Aren't you scared?" I'm going to be honest with you. Because I have an LVAD, I'm not cured. I have a sick heart still. Yes, I can still have heart attacks. Yes, I can still have cardiac arrest. Yes, I could still have VFibs, VTs, all of it. All of it. I can have all of it. But if I was to sit there and think about this all day, I would be living in fear. And if that's the case, well, then maybe I shouldn't even got the LVAD. But, you know, the morning I was getting the LVAD, they had asked me, like, you know, are you okay with all this? Because, you know, there's a chance you might not make it out. And, you know, I looked at it, what's my other options? And they were like, not a whole lot, really, as far as time-wise goes. And was I scared? Yeah, I was scared. I knew once they put that mask on my face, it was a do-or-die situation. And, you know, but I realized having an LVAD is not, it's not a magic wand. It's not nothing that's going to cure your heart. Will it help you get your heart stronger? Absolutely, if you do the work. If you just get an LVAD and go sit home, and, you know, think that this thing is just going to relieve your heart of all this extra work it's doing, and it's just going to heal on its own. It's not going to. It's not going to. Not in many cases I've seen, anyway. I've seen people work hard. You got some websites on this internet, people putting the work in, man, daily, day and night. They don't stop. They got their hearts back. I was reading about another gentleman down, I think it was in Kentucky or something. He went from 8% to 55%. You know, there's this guy, you know, that's all over the place. He got many followers. You all know him, just a dude on batteries. Him too. He put the work in. And if you don't put the work in, and you've let fear get in the way, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Cardiac arrests and VFibs aren't fun either. So the people out there that fear going to these cardiologists and fear the truth, I pray for you. And I suggest you go and you get it checked out, because a lot of this stuff can be fixed before it's too late. Not like me. I waited till it was too late. You know, I'm the kind of guy, I had a massive heart attack. They call it the Widowmaker, and I was blessed. They put a stent in, it was cleared. And right out of the hospital, I went and bought more cocaine. So, like, you know, I mean, I shouldn't even have even went to the hospital. So, and, you know, and that continued for like 7 years too, right up to 2016. And then I don't know what happened. I had like an epiphany, I guess, and I just stopped. But for those of you who go on these websites looking for a cure and looking for an answer, we don't have them. We could just tell you our experience. The answers lie in the medical field. And if you do have a calcium buildup in the aorta, get it checked. They might be able to get it out before it gets too bad. You know, if you have an EF that's dropping, put in the work, keep it going, you know, get it high. If I was at 20%, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't even need LVAD. I would just put the work in and get my heart stronger. But because I had so many heart attacks, I think I had 3 of them, and a couple cardiac arrests, I got mad scar tissue in my heart, which they took out last year. Supposedly they got it all. Let's hope they did. And since then, everything's been fine. And with that, I pray for people, man. I pray for you people that fear this, and there's nothing comfortable about it. Yes, it is a scary situation. I'm not going to tell you it's not. But you got to give it to God and give it a shot. And with that, you guys have a good Sunday.